The grid. A digital frontier where anything is possible. Hello, I'm Robin, with a Y, and today we're talking Tron. I f***ing love Tron. Last week I decided to rewatch Tron Legacy, for the 5th time this year, which is one of my favourite movies. It's an incredible film that's unlike anything else, and after about 15 years it still rocks. It's a real shame that they never made another one. So over the last couple of days I did some live streams where I made Tron versions of myself and some of my friends, and today I'm going to break down how I did that. This won't be a step-by-step tutorial, but more a general overview of my process. My main idea behind this was to make a procedural material for the suits that could be easily customized for each character. I started with a default cube, and added one of my pre-made stylized shaders that I use for all my characters. The basic idea in how this works is it's a cell shader that mixes a fabric texture for the highlights and hash texture for the shadows. But for this project, I exchanged the fabric texture for a hexagon pattern, and this will be the base material for our suits. I then took a plastic shader, which works in a similar way, but has some extra stuff like edgeware. This plastic material will be the armoured parts of the suit. I combined these two shaders into one material, as well as a basic emission for all the lines, because it's not Tron without a bunch of neon lines. So now I have 3 materials that I want to mix together. Now, I could draw a black and white texture map that I could use to mix them together, but that only works for mixing 2 textures together, meaning I would need multiple painted texture maps to mix this all together, and that sounds like a pain. So instead, I'm going to use RGB. This is a very common technique used in games to mix up to 5 different textures together. Instead of just painting in black and white, you use red, blue and green color channels, which can be easily separated in Blender with this node. You can also use the alpha if you need another one. So I'm going to use the red color channel to mix in the armor texture and the green channel to mix in the lights. I could obviously mix in some other materials, but my characters are more stylized, so this will be enough. Now my material is done, I have to prepare my model. Hey look, it's me! I delete all the extra clothing elements and combine all the body parts together until I am one mesh from the neck down. The only extra part I add is a cylinder sticking out my back, which I'll use for later stuff. I UV unwrapped my model and applied the Tron shader. Now I could simply paint on the different layers of the suit. This was really fun to do, and felt really cool being able to design my characters in real time. Once I'd painted the map, that was pretty much it. I made an identity disc to stick on my back, reapplied the rig, and boom! I'm a Tron dude. I was really happy with how this turned out. It's not one-to-one accurate to the film, but I think it manages to evoke the same vibe. Since it was so easy to create new characters, I decided to also Tronify some of my friends. Roll the clip. I mean, I can't make a Tron video without making a LightCycle. I've actually previously made a LightCycle when I was in college. I did a small project where I remade the original scene but with a more modern aesthetic, and that was 4 years ago? What is time? As much as I'd like to be lazy, these cycles are crap, and I'd rather have the newer bike. I got a blueprint off Google and started modelling. Again, I'm not going for one-to-one accuracy, but more a simplified stylized take, more akin to Tron Uprising I guess. After like an hour of modelling, I threw on my procedural shaders and posed my character to be on the bike. I originally decided to omit the part that overhangs and covers the driver, simply because I couldn't be bothered to make it, but after putting the guy on the bike, I realised why I needed it. So after some modelling, my bike was done. And that's it for all my Tron stuff. I really like making these. I would love to continue making more Tron inspired things, but right now I have other things to finish. So let me know if you want to see more stuff like this, or what other worlds could me and my friends be transported to. End of line.